What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to teach you or just give you some tips about how to survive in corporate America. So if you work a 9 to 5, whether you've been there for a week or 10 years, this video is for you. As you know, I'm 26 years old. I've been in corporate America for probably 5-6 years now. And here's a couple tips that I've picked up on how to actually survive and kind of take advantage of the system that's given to you. So without further ado, let's get into it. Tip number 1 is keeping a list of your accomplishments. And I feel like this one a lot of people don't actually do, but it can serve you so well when it comes time towards like end of the year performance reviews or beginning of the year performance reviews, however you guys do it. But if you just keep a running document somewhere private, not on a company device, things that are measurable, if you can keep a list of things that are measurable, like cost savings you identified, process improvements, implementations, problems you solved, or big accomplishments you did, because then you don't have to argue your worth. You can just show it with real numbers and real data. And then when it's time to negotiate a raise, you have a document. And when it's time to update your resume, you have a document. When someone questions your contributions, you have a document. Your employer is keeping records about you. Keep records about yourself, not defensively, but strategically. Because the person who can quantify their impact in specific numbers is always in a stronger position than the person who can only describe it in general terms. And here's tip number 2. Be on time, but also leave on time. You are paid for a specific number of hours. These hours have a start time and an end time. And if you can show up on time, then you deserve to leave on time. And that's not laziness. It's operating exactly within the terms of the agreement you made. And unpaid overtime is one of the most normalized forms of wage theft in corporate America. The culture of staying late to demonstrate commitment, of being the last one in the office as a performance of dedication, benefits only one party, and it's not you. I know specifically there's times when I'm on a call or I'm working on something and I get out at 4:30 and it's 4:32. I'm sure to just stop what I'm doing. I turn everything off and I leave. But I'll write a little note, be like, oh, finish this in the morning. But I'm not doing nothing extra. I know I do a good job, and I know if they lose me, it's a big loss for them. So they're going to get out of me what they offered me. And that's my time. From 8 to 4:30. Nothing more, nothing less. Because your time outside of work is yours. And it's the only time you use to invest in yourself. And it's the only time that you have to actually invest in yourself, to rest, to build the things outside of your job that will eventually give you options your job can't. And giving that time away for free, consistently, quietly, because the culture implies you should, is trading your most valuable resource for nothing. And that's time. So be on time, do your job well during those hours, and when those hours are up, leave. Tip number 3 is use all your PTO and sick time. So for me, I get 4 weeks of PTO and we have unlimited sick time. I know some people do mental health days. I used to have that, so I would take advantage of that. But specifically sick time, I am sure, since I have unlimited, I am sure to use it whenever I need a mental health day or I have an appointment, but quote unquote appointment. Just be sure to use it all because your job is giving you this time, not as a favor, but it's as something that you've earned as part of the agreement that you made when you took the job. So just be sure to use it. And using it is not something you need to justify, explain, or feel guilty about. I know when I started early on, especially in corporate America, I always felt guilty. Like I was letting my team down or letting my boss down whenever I took PTO or a sick day. But in all reality, they don't care about you. So just take the time and don't save PTO for some hypothetical future situation, especially not if you're running yourself into the ground in the present moment. Because the company is not banking on your loyalty while you sacrifice your vacation days. The company is getting more of your labor that they are paying for. And when you request time off, you don't owe anyone a reason. I'll be using PTO on Thursday requires no further explanation. The culture of performing dedication by sacrificing earned benefits serves the company. It does not serve you. So take the days because you earned them. And this is tip number 4. Always take advantage of company paid training. If your company is willing to pay for a certification, get it. If they offer tuition reimbursement, use it. And if there's a training program, a conference, a course, a skill development opportunity that a company will fund for you, take it. Because every skill you develop on the company's dime is a skill you own permanently. And you're probably getting paid for it. So why not just do it? Use the company as an investment vehicle, not the investment. Use the resources, the training, the network, the credentials, everything that can be converted into portable value. It'll help you so much in the long run. And I wish I would have done it a lot sooner. I had to go through a couple trials and tribulations until I finally realized that they're willing to pay for some certifications and some schooling. And it ended up helping me to get to where I'm at today. And I'm so thankful for it. And here's tip number 5. Your coworkers are not your friends. And I'm not saying your coworkers are bad people. I'm just saying the relationship has a specific structure that most people misunderstand. And if you misunderstand it, it can get you hurt. You spend more waking hours with these people than most anyone else in your life, sadly. And you can genuinely like them. There's no problem with that. You can enjoy working alongside them. You can have good conversations and shared experiences and feel like a real connection. But the moment there is a promotion on the line, a layoff being decided, a conflict that requires someone to take a side, I can almost guarantee you the colleague relationship has a ceiling that the friendship relationship does not. They will be the first people to backstab you in order to get their fair share of what they believe they deserve. So just know that the information you share with a coworker over lunch can end up being a manager's office by that afternoon. And I've had it happen to me. And I've seen my friends get fired over it. So just be careful of what you say. Don't give too much information to them because they will use it against you. But also be warm, be collaborative, be genuine in the moments that call for it, but tread lightly. And tip number 6, never talk to HR. They are not there for you. I'm going to make this one short because HR is the single most cruel company department for employees. They act like they're there to help you, but in reality, HR is only there so the company doesn't get sued. They are there to defend the company, and that is it. Now, I'm not saying if you actually have a genuine legal issue like discrimination, harassment, something that crosses a clear line, obviously document it yourself first, understand your rights, and consider consulting an employment attorney before you walk into an HR office, obviously. But still, they are not there to help you. And tip number 8, never give out your personal cell. And this was one of the lessons that I had to learn early on because when I first got into corporate America, I'm like, oh, yeah, here's my cell phone. And then you're going to get that 7 p.m. call, that 7 p.m. text. Hey, I need you in early tomorrow. Hey, can you do this? Can you do that? Worst idea of my life, and I'll never do it again. You know what I do? I go onto Google cell phone, and you can make up your own number just with a Gmail, and then I'll just give them that number. And then when I get a text, I'll reply to it, but it'll be like days later. I'll be like, oh, that's my other phone. Sorry, I didn't know. Or I tell them that that's my work phone and I don't check it after hours. And I think that's a very useful thing because it's completely free and you can just use your email, a Gmail account. You can create one and you get a Google number. So take advantage of that. Seriously. And the last tip, do not burn bridges. Everything I've said in this video is about protecting yourself inside a system that does not have your best interest at heart. But I want to be clear that none of it requires burning bridges to implement. Because the corporate world is smaller than it looks, industries overlap, the manager you had at one job ends up at the company you are interviewing at 3 years later. The colleague you thought you would never see again is connected to the hiring manager for the role you want. So just be careful about what you say and what you do because anything that you do that can harm your reputation will follow you for the rest of your life. There's a phrase out there that goes, a man's word is all he has. And that just means a person's truest value comes from their honor and honesty. So be honorable and be honest, but don't ever burn a bridge that you can't build back. Because karma is real and the law of equivalent exchange is real. So whatever you put out into the world, it's going to come back at you tenfold. And then here's a little bonus tip. Invest in yourself and your mental health. Be sure to exercise, sleep, eat right. And I know it's easier said than done, but get melatonin if you have to. That's what I do. I'm in bed by 10 o'clock. I eat a melatonin if I can't sleep or I'm not tired. And I wake up at 5 a.m. I hit the gym before work, and hitting the gym before work gets your day started right, and you can accomplish the rest of the day with ease. And if you start the day like that, you're much happier throughout the day. So try to get up early, hit the gym if you can, or go on a walk, go on a run, whatever you can do, just something. Get some movement in before you actually go to work. And then when you're at work, make sure you're eating healthy. Protein, fruits, vegetables. It boosts your metabolism. It boosts your energy. It boosts your mood, and you just feel a lot better. So implement those things, eat healthy, exercise before work or after work, and get good sleep. So make sure you're investing in yourself the same way you invest in your financial future, because health is wealth. If you're doing all the right things financially, but you're not staying healthy, what's the point? You're going to end up digging yourself into a bigger hole. You'll start racking up medical bills when you're older and you have all this money, sure, but why not invest that into yourself now? Eating good food, have a gym membership, get a good night's sleep with a good bed, good pillows, good blankets that'll make you fall asleep. So then you can be ready for the future down the road. But anyways, those are all my tips. I hope you all enjoyed. Drop a comment which one's your favorite, which one are you going to implement today? And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.